Hey everyone, Steve here from 11ish. Now in most of the videos I talk about where the next opportunity is, what strategies you should be utilizing based on the feedbacks and the requests from the 11ish collective. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about collecting wins because I made a recommendation about GLUU about 6 months ago. If you've been following along, if you made that bet, congrats on making 50% in 6 months. I think that's pretty healthy. That's what my strategy is about. Investing in sound companies that may potentially have a short-term win. This video is to talk about what the next step is because especially to novice investors, it's not clear what's going to happen next and what you should do proactively now that Electronic Arts is buying GLUU. So, if this is the video that you've been looking for, please hit that like button for me and let's get started. So the context here is that Electronic Arts is buying GLUU for about $2 billion at $12.50 a share. What you should be doing next is to sell your stock. You can already see that the GLUU stock has shot up, so why hold it? The stock price is basically set at $12.50. That's where you should be cashing out. The only way this can be different is if the deal fell through, which the stock price will go down, or if it fell through and a better deal comes along, which potentially you're making a bet that potentially that new price will be higher. Both of these scenarios are very, very unlikely because by the time that they announce that this acquisition is happening, most of the paperwork is done already, right? So you're just holding on to asset being tied up for no reason at all. In fact, if you actually look at the stock price on the day that this was announced, you can see that the stock actually shot up way above $12.50. If you actually cashed out on that, congratulations. For those people that actually bought in above $12.50, this is the prime example of why I tell people not to buy when you read the news, right? People are just overpaying without actually understanding what's happening. This is a big problem. You guys, now that you're part of the 11ish collective, stop doing that. There are better ways to make money. There's always investment opportunities, and leave FOMO out of your mind, outside of this realm that is you today. Now, you might be asking, maybe you should sell all your shares and buy Electronic Arts now. I personally would not, and this is why. The fundamental 11ish approach in investing is that you invest in what you know, especially consumer goods. And this is what I mean. So, I used to be a mobile product manager. I play mobile games to this day, and when I saw a mobile company that, in my opinion, is undervalued and are doing great things to create a shit ton of money, I tell you guys about it. That is an investment opportunity, especially during this COVID period where people are trying to find something to do, right? That's what my original video said. The problem with EA is that the last time I played a game that was produced by EA that was by choice, as opposed to when I was at a party or something like that, it was Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. That was released in the year 2000, which means that I haven't spent money on anything EA has produced since then. So this goes back in full circle, right? I use the games that GLUU produced, I understand the product, and I saw something being undervalued, I invest. With EA, I don't use the product, and it's a consumer good. So if the product doesn't even make sense to me, then it's not something that I should invest in because all I'm doing is investing on why other people think is a good idea, right? Not to say EA games is bad, but I clearly don't think that EA games fit anything that's within my realm of usefulness or fun. Otherwise, I would have bought something that's produced by EA, right? So with that thought process, this is why I would not invest in EA. Furthermore, if you look at their financials, I would like to highlight that even during this COVID period, their growth, in my opinion, is not impressive. There's no explosive growth. Now, if you look at most of what EA produces, it's based on the successful hits that they already have and creating new versions of those successful hits. So essentially building off of the existing ecosystems. Whereas I think GLUU's business model was a lot different, where they were capturing or leveraging celebrities, using that as a way to generate more eyeballs, social influence, right? That to me is a big distinction. Even though they're iterating on old games, creating new versions, one is leveraging social influence, EA is not. I also think that the best way for you to create explosive growth is, again, the opposite of what EA does. You need to invest in a lot more gaming studios who have the potential of creating one-hit wonders. I actually think Tencent has been doing a great job along this front. So this is why I was recommending Tencent in the past and not EA games. EA has a very stable growth if you look at their financials. That is not what I'm looking for when I'm looking for an investment opportunity. That means that the stock is valued just right. Hopefully with this acquisition they turn things around and create more interesting synergies, but right now I don't see it, therefore I'm not going to invest in it. Now if you are a hardcore gamer who plays a lot of EA games, who disagree with me, please do write a comment. I would love to hear back from you, because ultimately this is what this channel is about, right? As part of the 11-inch collective, I provide you insights and strategies of what I do and what I've been doing for the last more than 10 years now, successfully making money off the stock picks the way I do it. But with a community, we can crowdsource information that I'm not familiar with. I can very well be wrong, right? I'm one source of information. I would love to get a lot more data points so that we can all make money more consistently, more predictably. All right, guys, I hope this information has been helpful. Please do leave a comment on your requests. I'm always listening. I know a couple of you have been asking me about e-commerce in general, so that's what I plan on putting out this weekend. But if you have any other questions or concerns, please leave me a note. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to working with you next time. Thank you.